Let's discuss where it may go from here. Dr. James Boyes is with me. And hello to you.
Morning, Jane.
Maybe you've been up all night as well, so I hope we've provided you with lots of coffee. Let's talk about John McCain first, actually, because we haven't... it's fascinating to watch the Democrats, but John McCain, he's an interesting character who probably a lot of Brits really didn't know much about, perhaps before this race, and yet he's someone who appeals to quite a cross-section, perhaps sometimes not always those in his own party.
He does indeed, and one of the ironies about John McCain, as we were discussing earlier, is this idea that perhaps he appeals less to Republicans and more to independents and right-wing Democrats. So if he were to achieve his party's nomination, he faces a real problem in as much as can he get his core group of voters out from the Republican Party?
Yes, is it just too liberal in some areas for some Republicans?
It was said going into this campaign that the two most likely candidates for the Republican Party were Rudy Giuliani and John McCain, both of whom were going to be too liberal, arguably, for the Republican base. Like George W. Bush, or loathe George W. Bush, one thing he did was appeal to his base, which is why you get this massive turnout and you get his re-election in 2004. McCain is going to struggle to do that. People are holding their noses and voting for him, despite the fact that he's John McCain. They'd much rather vote for someone else, but he's the only show in town for many people.
In spite of, not because of.
Very much so.
That's fascinating. If we look at the Democrats, I mean, the Democrats is a fascinating race. I know we've been saying it all day, but they're so close. And who thought we would be in this position of choosing between a woman and a black American?
Absolutely. This is the race that has defied convention. If you'd said 4 years ago that it would be one of the main parties would not have a white male candidate, I think you'd get some damn good money for that.
Hillary Clinton is polarising, though, isn't she? You love her or you don't like her for whatever reason, either because she's a tough woman, a lot of people still don't like a tough woman, or just the whole Clinton legacy.
Yes, very much so. She's very polarising. And, of course, from the Republican perspective, they're actually baying for a Clinton candidacy. There's nothing that's going to be easy to run against as a Republican than against Hillary and, of course, Bill Clinton.
Yes.
What is his role going to be in a potential future administration? How can he stay out of the limelight when he's so far avoided remaining out of the limelight at any opportunity possible?
Barack Obama, what would you consider the issues surrounding him? Because lack of experience is the obvious thing. I mean, he hasn't even been a senator for very long.
This is true, and one of the ironies about Barack Obama, I think, is that he is this leading, credible candidate at this point with relatively little experience. If you were to look at the two resumes side by side, you would say, well, there's only one person in it, and that's Hillary Clinton. Barack Obama is coming through and he's barnstorming on the basis of his personality, his charisma, and that says an awful lot, I think, about American politics in general, the perhaps lack of depth in which the campaigns go and the superficiality to a certain degree, and the degree to which it's purely on personality-driven politics.
And this is unfair to you, given that the final contest isn't till November, but were it to be, as you're alluding to, were it to be Hillary Clinton for the Democrats versus John McCain for the Republicans, that is going to be something to watch. Who would your money be on? It'll
be an incredible campaign. You have two candidates there. McCain won't appeal to the Republican base, whereas Hillary will very much be a prompt to get the Republican campaign out. So you could end up with Republicans voting against Hillary rather than for McCain, and Democrats desperate to get back in the White House and will rallying behind Hillary Clinton. So I would suggest, holding my nose, Hillary Clinton will win the presidency in 2008. How about that?
We'll have you back here on November the 5th, 4th.
I think so.
Oh,
second Tuesday in November.
That's the bit that counts.
It's a long race.
It is indeed.
We'll see whether that predictions work. Dr. James Boyes, for now, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.